Hey, get up.
Another day in paradise. I'd like to get some sun soon.
So, doctors, how are you doing?
Couldn't be better, thanks.
I'm not trying to make small talk, it's a serious question.
What?
Let me see your eyes. Alright, these three are clean.
What have you got in store for us now?
Oh, nothing special. Just another operation. Stigma again.
Found yourself a new lab rat, huh?
Hardly. You can blame Mother Nature for this one.
Is that what you tell yourself?
Hey, we didn't plan this one. He was infected by the other patient.
What?
That's impossible. Stigma can't be contracted that way.
Like I said before, I'm not here to answer questions. But the boss and the director will be observing the operation. So make sure you don't disappoint them.
Doctor!
It seems Stigma's more dangerous than we thought.
This way, boss.
Hey, you look just like you did on TV. What's up, Doc? The name's Kidman. I run the show around here.
You're in charge here?
Are either of you doctors?
Oh, come on! That's him! I mean, he's even got his fucking monocle tucked in behind his jacket. Oh my god. I think they try to hide this shit. I'm surprised the guys will just turn and be like, Wilkins? Wilkins, what the fuck?
This patient's got the onyx strand. You know the drill, right? Don't fail me if you want to live.
Is this how you get your kicks?
Don't get cocky, Doc. This isn't a game. It's business.
Business? And what, pray tell, are you selling?
Weapons are worth a fortune on the black market. But you wouldn't know about that, would you, Doc? Stigma is one deadly weapon, especially to the medical industry. So the best market for it is a war zone. Stigma would be the ultimate weapon there. It still needs some fine-tuning, though.
It's a clever plan, in theory, but there's no way it'll work.
Oh, yes it will. 'Cause I have you guys to help me. Leland, bring in the patient. How about you, Director? Would you like to stay and watch?
That won't be necessary. With the skills they've demonstrated, there should be no problem. And the chance of tertiary infection is theoretically zero.
You're the creator of Stigma? Professor Wilkins?
All right, Leland. Let's get this show on the road.
This still doesn't make any sense. What's with these readings?
However, the variations are definitely greater than they were before.
A secondary infection. That means Stigma has changed again.
We're reenacting that TV show right here. Good luck to you, huh, Doc? Watch out for Onyx. Its claws are sharp.
I've had enough of your mouth.
Just ignore him, Val. I'll save him, no matter what kind of stigma he has.
It's a new type of onyx. We don't know what will happen. Be careful. The onyx is hiding somewhere. Use the ultrasound to find it. We found the onyx. It's exposed. Inject it with a serum. The serum is still effective. The onyx has gone into hiding. Its movement patterns haven't changed. We can expect it to start making fake copies of itself. Look carefully and find the real one. It's going into hiding. hiding. Find it. It should only take a little more. Hang in there, Doc. What the? Why are these blood vessels showing up on the ultrasound?
Nice.
Did it inject toxins into the bloodstream? The ultrasound is useless if it's like this.
Are you saying this is some form of self-defense against us? I can't believe it.
The main body must be somewhere. Find it and remove it with a scalpel.
Still need a 4 here. Here we go.
No matter what it tries, we're going to find it and cut it out.
Where you at?
The Onyx is attacking.
Vitals have dropped?
Don't forget to suture the lacerations it's made.
Please, let this be it. Did you do it? Let's treat the remaining wounds and see what happens.
Yes, the Onyx is gone. There are no remaining wounds either. Let's close them up. Please suture the incision.
It was completely different from the other Onyx.
If something like this were to be used as a weapon,
We need to get back to Caduceus and tell them about this.
What now, boss?
I'll give them a choice, but I doubt they'll join up voluntarily.
The 3 of them are all quite firm.
Maybe if they could... Nah. Only the head honcho would be able to perform such an operation. If they're not willing to cooperate, then we'll wash our hands of them. Now, wasn't that fun, Doc?
Isn't your director here today?
Why? Are you worried about him? He was satisfied with the results of the operation, so he returned to the lab. He said no further operations will be necessary.
Then I guess you don't need us anymore, huh?
Yes. And no. We just need to decide what to do with you.
what do you mean?
There won't be any more life-saving operations for the time being. But there are some experiments I'd like you to perform on human subjects. I'm curious to see if I can get you to drop the goody two-shoes act. Will you wield your scalpel in the name of science? What do you say?
I'd rather die.
I'm a doctor. Find someone else to do your dirty work.
Oh, come on. Is that the best you can do? Well, let's see how long your bravado lasts. Leland, I'll be taking them to their new cell tomorrow. Have it ready.
Got it, boss.
I'll show you what a mistake it is to let your conscience rule.
Val, Elena,
Yes?
there's something I need to tell you.
Okay.
Is it about the choice they gave us?
No, it has nothing to do with that. It's more of a confession. Back when I was helping the professor with his research, I made a number of genetically engineered mice for use in experiments. There was something different about one of them. It looked just like the others, but it held a terrible secret inside.
You don't mean...
It happened while I was operating on the subject's kidney. I was excising a tumor. That's when it came into contact with artificial blood and started growing at a frightening pace. That was the birth of stigma.
Marcus, I can't believe this.
I disposed of the subject and proposed that we put a halt to the research. Unleashing a new pathogen into the world in order to study its treatment. I argued that that was the wrong way to perform research. But the professor wouldn't listen. That's why I volunteered to go to Alaska, and I should have just quit. I had no idea you'd follow me there and get dragged into this mess.
I was desperate to study your techniques. But I never imagined that that's why you were there.
You realize that I may personally be responsible for the advent of stigma? If it wasn't for me, none of this would have happened. And you two wouldn't be in this position. But I want you to know, as a doctor, I've always held the highest regard for human life.
Don't be so hard on yourself, Marcus. There are still many things we don't know about stigma. We need your help to unlock those secrets.
Just so you know, Dr. Vaughn, I'll always be there to assist you no matter what.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
All right, remove their blindfolds. Water torture is our specialty. Let me tell you, it's a sight to see. Watching our adversaries scream as they get swallowed up by the cold, dark water.
You think you can force us to do your bidding?
Just holler if you change your mind, and I'll stop the water. But make no mistake, that'll be the last choice you ever make on your own.
Thanks, but I think I'll stick with the original choice. I'd rather die than work for a scumbag like you.
You've got spunk, Doc. I'll tell you what, I'll do you a favor. When I bury you, I'll put surgical instruments in your coffin. That way, they'll be able to identify the body.
Then I'll go ahead and lock him up, boss.
Hold on, Leland. Use this.
What kind of lock is this, boss?
I found it in a toy store. I have no other use for it, so why not give it a try? We'll get a good laugh watching them try to unlock it.
How far are they planning on taking this nonsense?
He said he found this lock at a toy store.
Now that you mention it, I remember seeing a commercial for this. Something about connect the 4 friends and release the lock.
Why is he using a toy? What the hell's wrong with this guy?
They must think we'll beg for mercy.
But if we can unlock this, then we'll have a chance to escape, won't we?
Yeah, but my bet is they don't think we can do it.
Well, I'm not gonna let some stupid toy be the thing that makes us drown in here.
That's the spirit. We can unlock it.
Leave this puzzle to me.
I'll get this.
The square panels can be turn the panel.
You said something about...
What do you mean by friends? The shapes, the colors, something else?
Looks like they've started.
Yeah, right. I'm not planning on drowning in here.
Crap, I got...
It's connected. Please move on to the next one.
It connected, but is this right?
Please hurry!
Isn't this pretty hard for a toy?
I hear it's pretty popular among...
All
Please
right,
hurry!
just one more.
So, he's one of those kinds of people.
We solved it!
About to say. 5 seconds left. Wow.
Shh! Be quiet! Now's our chance. They haven't noticed that we've opened the lock.
Then let's get a move on. Where are we?
Outside! We're outside! And we're still alive.
That's right. We were able to escape.
Where are they? Where did they go? Hurry up and find them, all of you!
Come on, we have to keep moving.
Over there! I see light!
I'd like to hear the Department of Health's opinion regarding stigma. Secretary Mendez?
I consider this case a very serious matter. It's unlike any plague mankind has ever known.
Could you please elaborate?
First off, stigma is a virulent disease created by man. Reports indicate that a contagious strain exists, which means it's a significant threat. In addition to that, there's an underground organization attempting to exploit the situation.
I kind of like the way how this artist does hair. I mean, the characters aren't like way out there. You know, like I'm not really that awesome with hair when I draw it. I try to draw it in shapes. But his characters and their hair usually look pretty good, except for Valerie. Valerie's hair is a little too white. Like it takes you a second to be like, that chick is black, because she doesn't have black hair, and she doesn't even have biracial hair. My kids have biracial hair. It'd be a little bit more frizzy. And her being a doctor, it'd be hard to believe that she put that much time on her hair, you know? Kind of like what's his name? The Marcus. His hair has a weird, like, three-pointed system thing going on. You know, some of the people's hair don't look right, but you know, when I see the new characters come out and the way he incorporates them being old and things like that, or she, I don't know who the artist is. The double pearls is a bit much, but yeah, you're kind of looking like this is pretty good for anime. The anime is usually really bad at showing people's differences, like if you know, racially and stuff like that. And for a lot of these characters, I can take one look at them and understand like what their makeup is, which is really impressive. You know, this lady looks black. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she got weird eyes, but she's old. And yeah, a long ass neck. But yeah, if she was in the Oval Office or whatever, she would have hair like this. You know, it'd be straightened out so as to not scare white people, but not too overdone so as to look, you know, like some sort of icon. Like she just comes there and does her fucking business. You know what I mean? Anyway.
So we must face the possibility that stigma is being circulated as a biological weapon. But in order to investigate, we need the cooperation of Homeland Security.
No need to worry about that. I've already notified the appropriate individuals.
This guy is straight up Morgan Freeman. I mean, freckles around the cheeks kind of give it away. Black people don't have freckles like that, so I don't know how Morgan Freeman got them.
Thank you, I appreciate it. However, I'm afraid we don't have much time to waste. There have been reports from around the world describing symptoms that suggest the presence of stigma. There's even been a major outbreak in one country.
You're talking about Kularuma, correct?
Yes, we've had one patient flown in for examination. We'll handle the treatment and subsequent analysis here in the U.S.
Are you shitting me? Let me get this straight. There's an outbreak of stigma in a place, and then we went there and brought a contagious person with stigma back to the U.S.? Like, is that a thing? Why wouldn't we be sending people over there?
Caduceus will be seeing to it. In case you weren't aware, Mr. Deputy Secretary, Caduceus is our country's finest.
There's no need to explain.
Thank God.
I'm familiar with the organization.
I'm so glad that you're all back safely.
So they just made it back. They're not, because that was part of episode thing, right? Like they made it out. Where are we? And then they just walked back to the house. Like how? They called a taxi. They called an Uber.
He must have been so scared.
You have no idea. But we survived, with each other's help.
I'm sorry you had to endure such an ordeal. We must take stringent measures to strengthen our security immediately.
With no word since your disappearance, we had begun to fear the worst. How are you feeling? Were you harmed?
My question is, can we still get that free dinner, though?
It was a difficult situation, but we were determined to get through it. Having met our enemy face to face, my resolve to continue this mission has grown even stronger.
I wouldn't have objected if you had decided to resign, but I'm glad to hear you say that. We can't win the war against stigma without you three.
Something caught my attention while we were being held captive. It concerns Professor Wilkins. I think he may be a member of the Kidman family.
Goodness. Could that be true?
The professor? What do you mean, Marcus?
Well, you know that guy they referred to as the director? His face was hidden, but he was definitely the same height and had the same build as the professor.
And he had purple hair, and his monocle was hidden behind his damn jacket. I mean, and he sounded like the professor. I mean, if he was your mentor, you think you would know right away, but okay.
He also appeared to be the center of their research on stigma. If he is Professor Wilkins, then this would all make sense.
I have to disagree. The way he moved and spoke, I just don't think he could be Professor Wilkins.
Was he breakdancing or something?
I'm not positive, but it seems very likely. I just can't figure out how he got mixed up with them.
You mean how they got mixed up with Professor Wilkins?
Regardless, I'll notify the FBI. Now, I understand that you're concerned, but I need you to continue with your mission.
The patient has been flown in by the military. We don't know how infectious the disease is, so use the quarantine transfer unit. According to preliminary examination, we are dealing with a new type of stigma. So we'll be relying heavily on your abilities. I know that's a lot to ask since you just returned, but I hope you're up for the challenge.
Well, at least we're not out of practice, having been forced to operate while we were held captive.
Oh my! Is that true?
Yes, believe it or not.
I'd like to say that you will have the very best working with you in the research lab. But unfortunately, we've lost a key staff member. We'll still do all that we can, though.
Did something happen?
Cynthia left. She quit while you were away.
That doesn't make any sense.
Why would she do such a thing? She seemed so dedicated to her work.
Do you have any idea why she quit, Isabella?
As a representative of Humani, I'm not at liberty to say. But I'll tell you as a friend. She seems to have gone through a lot with the higher-ups concerning stigma. They blamed her for developing products that increased patients' susceptibility to stigma. But no one could have anticipated that side effect.
It's a shame to lose someone like her, but we can't dwell on it. Let's prepare for the operation, Val.
That's too bad. I had hoped to work with Cynthia until we eradicated stigma together.
Just so you're aware, I'll be present throughout the operation. I realize it may be difficult to perform such a procedure after your recent ordeal.
Don't worry, Kanai. We can handle it.
I'm glad to hear that.